So to make the bed fill-in between the seats on the trailer, I took an old piece of wood that was left over from the original floor, and I have salvaged that. I've cut it into the shape that's required. You can see little wings here. And I'm filling in the holes that were in this piece, just using some plastic wood. And this stuff has kind of the consistency of peanut butter. Even looks like peanut butter. And just simply filling in the holes. This stuff dries really hard. I've been very impressed with the use of it in the past, and yeah, so I just continued to use that. So I'm going to go over the whole piece. I've already done the other side. I'm just going to finish up on this side. When it's dry, I can sand it and it'll be all nice and smooth. All right, here's our bed component now ready for primer. You can see that I had to put in a little patch here in this corner. This top portion of the wood was rotted out quite a bit, so I cut that out initially with the router, then I used a chisel and just kind of got it all smooth to the same surface. It's pretty easy to do that with plywood because you're just chipping away at the layers of plywood. So I was able to get that nice and smooth just with the chisel, and then glued this piece of 1/4-inch ply in on top of it, filled in the gap with some plastic wood, and have sanded that down so I get a smooth transition, a nice even transition from right across the surface. So this is now ready for primer. So I'd like to prime this and the little covers that we have for the back seat area, and start working on the cabinet. That just kind of gets this piece out of the shop. And there we have some salvaged lumber. So just a fairly large usable piece, another smaller usable piece, and this is what we're going to use for the center portion of the cabinet. So I'm going to take that in the shop and run it through the belt sander, and just to kind of clean the surface off and do any filling if any filling is necessary. But I think this is a nice clean piece. There's a good example of before and after with a little round of the belt sander. So I'm going to finish off this piece. I'll come back when it's all ready. So I have been working with remnants of the dance floor, and cut a piece out of the original dance floor and cleaned it up. A lot of belt sanding on this. Cut it to size, cut that profile shape along the back to match the curve of the trailer. So this is our center support. I'm going to put a shelf across the bottom here. Put a shelf across the bottom here so I can have a drawer at the very bottom, a small refrigerator in here, and then another small drawer at the top. This side is going to be a cupboard, and to do that I need to make a shelf for the bottom, and for that I have got another piece of the dance floor with the intention that this will go in, but of course sit right down low next to the floor. I have this original piece, so I should be able to just use that as a template when I want to cut this to fit in there. Let's get some initial measurements and then we'll check if that template is going to work. Okay, got some initial measurements made. We'll go scribe them out and see if that template is going to work on this piece. All right, I have the cabinet, the major pieces cut, all the dimensions to the point where I can actually take that whole cabinet out and start assembling it in the shop. Now there's a few more bits to be done, obviously. So what I have got done, of course, is the countertop sitting here. So that's dimensionally accurate. I cut a little piece on the bottom so that represents the bottom shelf, gives a little bit of a lip so that a cupboard door when it goes up against that, will be have a nice place to rest. There will be a drawer. This top facing is going to come off. There will be a 3-inch drawer on that side, a very wide drawer, obviously. And there will be a 3-inch drawer on this side. That shelf is going to be mounted. It's about 5.5 inches off the floor, so there will be a drawer underneath there. The fridge will sit in this space here, and then a little drawer on the top, as I mentioned. So I'm going to take this whole cabinet apart now, such as it is, move it into the shop and start some assembly work in there. I want to make all the measurements for the drawer slides. I want to make some cuts here for the shelf that's going to go across here and get drawer slides positioned in there. I'm also thinking that I'm going to put a backing on that unit just to kind of help with any racking that may occur. So it'll probably be a strip about 8 inches wide that'll go right across the whole back. I'm expecting to probably make that just out of 1/4 inch ply, but we'll see what we've got to help with that. So the cabinet has been brought in from the Boler, now sitting on the work table face down. So the front of the cabinet is the table. And I have 2 things going on at the moment. One is a shelf that will run across here from this point over. So that's being glued up at the moment. And that'll be put in permanently. It's not a movable shelf, that'll be a permanent shelf. And the next thing that I'm going to do is cut a strip 10 inches wide of 1/4 inch ply that'll run right across the back here. I am going to notch out the back to accommodate that 1/4 inch ply, just because there's no room in the trailer for it otherwise. So I have that set up on the table saw, and I'm just going to run that through. I'm going to set that piece of 1/4 inch ply onto the cabinet about like that. So let me mark out these this spot for this, and then we'll cut it out. Pieces just clamped together. I could just undo the clamps and get these pieces separated, and then I'll just cut this. I'm just going to cut it with the jigsaw. Back together, put the plywood in and cut that to length. Okay, I'm ready to mark that off. Just another note on the layout of this cabinet. I got everything squared up, and then I drew lines on my table so that I can easily reline up the whole cabinet and know that it's square. So I've just put everything back on the lines that I put up there when I got it squared up, and I know that it's good. But I'm short wood screws, so I'm just going to pop over to the store, pick up some wood screws, come back, and then we can assemble these lower bits. And I'm going to use some nails and glue on the top just to hold that in place. But yeah, we'll come back in just a minute. All right, I have the cabinet upside down, and I am now screwing in this shelf here, And I'm using some cabinet screws. So these are the cabinet screw. Now you notice it's not a flathead screw. This actually has a flat shoulder on it, which is what I want. Because when I'm drilling, specifically going into some of this pallet wood like I've got on this edge here, I'm a little concerned about it splitting. So this will certainly prevent it from splitting. What I am doing though to compensate for that is I'm using a small Forstner bit. This is a 10mm Forstner bit that I'm just using to provide fundamentally a countersink for that head. Now a pilot hole. And then the screw. There we are. Okay, I've got, I'm going to put in two more screws on the other side of that shelf. I'm going to take the whole business into the trailer, see how it fits. And there is the cabinet. I'm very happy with how that fits in there. So next up, I need to put in drawer slides for that. Drawer slide at the top there, and another drawer slide for a very long drawer, wide drawer over there. That may be a little tricky, but we'll see how we do with that one. Anyway, I'm going to call that a video for today. There's a lot of fiddliness trying to get every curve on the back. Those three curves, they're all different. The curves on the end pieces that we have running from there up to the upper cabinet, those were different. So, very finicky. But anyway, we're in. I'm very happy with that result. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.